Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Adriane Hartigan-von Strauch, your quantum love coach. I'm calling in from beautiful Bali. We have the very early morning of 6th of April. The full moon night here in Bali just passed. Full moon ceremonies have been all over the island yesterday. It was a very auspicious day, lots of remembrance and closure, and looking forward into a new phase of very, very auspicious and changeable times. So I had done for 1 year every full moon what I called the full moon Q&A, and I will replace this now with a more reading and inspiring, expression of what comes through cards, through maybe other, items like flower essences or natural essential oils, any natural vibrational medicine cards, oracle cards, or, scents or natural, produce that has the energy to give a message through me will be used over time. So, but I start very simple today with just 2 decks of the Light Seers Tarot from beautiful Chris Ann, and a deck I totally adore, the Kuan Yin Oracle created by Alana Fairchild. So I think these are the 2 I will use today. And the format I will really use is looking a little bit into the past, present, and future as a more overall, and then I will actually address certain groups in the realm of love and relationships. So let's just start with 3 cards that come up for present and future, and we'll start guaranteed with the first card being the Eight of Wands. So it's a very timely moment we are speaking here. Things are going very fast now. Things have really speeded up. When months and months things seemed very, very, almost a little too slow, now things are really, really speeding up. And suddenly all what we need to complete wants to be completed. All that needs to come to our awareness in regards to any area of our life is coming up. And in the present we are giving the beautiful Magician, and I think the magic is here. We are really, really given a lot of tools and great energetic opportunities to make upgrades in this really, really amazing time. Yet looking into the future, the Five of Cups is really saying, deal with whatever you haven't healed yet, and deal with any potential sadness, grief, incompletion in relationships in particular. I think the Five of Cups is always speaking about incomplete relationships in one way or another. It could even be with our parents or some sort of pattern we are still hanging on to that does not serve us in the current paradigm of who we are as a lover. Qualifying to the Five Cups, I just get the Death card, and that reaffirms that it's really, really important that we just really let go and keep things absolutely in the past. And looking into the future, the second qualifier is the Ten of Pentacles. If we are willing to really let the past go and be completely present with what is actually here for us, we can make an incredible contribution to not just ourselves and our own life, but to other people we love. And look, this beautiful family gathering there. Most of us do wish more than anything community, healing in our relationships, being really, really present with those people who are the closest to us. And if there's anything we haven't really completed yet in regards to making this particular step to heal relationships, then really the time is now, because the past into the present is saying the time is now. It's speeding up, bring it on. Eight of Wands is really, really speaking about this particular energy right now. Let's talk about people in relationship. I would like to really address, I want to have a card for the masculine and a card for the feminine. Just 2 cards, very simple. I want to look at it from a not just a gender intelligence, but also intimate intelligent perspective. That's really my big forte. Intimacy is my core theme in my practice, whether this is quantum intimacy, really creating that spectrum of high awareness, that there is a timelessness and a spaces or spaciousness in the realm of all our relationships, and that we can heal them from a cosmic, from a spiritual, and from emotional, mental, and physiological level. That there is this absolute ability within us to shift this. And I start now with the masculine, and the masculine is coming up with the Fool card in relationship, and the feminine is coming up with the Queen of Cups. And those are really 2 very, very interesting cards standing next to one another. And I guess there is the invitation for the feminine to allow the masculine to be more playful, to be more open-minded, to actually allow bringing more inspiration into the relationship through simply expressing needs. It's time to allow that needs have actually a place in the relationship, not from a, egocentric or very demanding place, but certainly from an awareness that here I am, I have lived my life so-and-so with this and this results, and why don't we look at new ways of doing things in order to have different results or greater experiences together. And here is the beautiful Queen of Cups, and this is really the invitation to the feminine, to the divine feminine, to all women in relationship, to shine their light and to bring this feminine into reflection of the masculine, wanting to be explorative, wanting to be playful, wanting to be adventurous. That could be anything. This could be making changes in your environment, making changes in your rituals, how you date, how you create your whole intimacy, ways of dating, of making love, of bringing love into the family realm if you are parents. So it could be any ritual, any particular procedure, any particular day by day, and not just day by day, but more in the bigger picture, the greater routines in life, which could have to do with how do we place our holidays, how do we make particular relationships outside our intimate relationship really part of that what we experience. So it's a beautiful combination, and I think it's almost like a new start, because we women, the feminine is in deep desire to really express beauty and fullness and holding space for this abundance that is really available to couples in the space. Now I'm looking at the classic singles, those of singles who maybe have been singles for quite some time, are really interested to look out or not. Let's start again with a card for the masculine and a card for the feminine. The masculine is coming up with the 7 of Wands, and the feminine is coming up with the 5 of Pentacles. So that gives me a very, very interesting reflection towards each gender and each, energetic group. The masculine is really speaking about the necessity to have freedom and to go out and play and be really in almost an independent power. 7 of Wands has an incredible energy of renewal, and yet not 100% found yet what the real answer is. I think 7 of Wands always explores and always wants to push to the next level, whereby, the 5 of Pentacles is really a card, just look at the picture, where the feminine is almost a little bit distressed about the fact that nothing is really moving forward to the extent that really helps her to feel happier, and be the woman she really wants to be. And it's almost like a mismatch. But we see this in the dating lives that present themselves, particularly online. I mean, you know how unsuccessful so many people are online nowadays because it's just not, you know, matching. The conversation is not happening. Men are not saying honestly what they really want. They look for a quick fix and have lovely rebound experiences, or, you know, one night, 2 night stands, whereby women are more cautious and have high expectations that maybe need a little bit of adjustment. Okay, so to you woman, I want to say, maybe watch the video that is on my channel, my beautiful interview I recorded together with my mentor, Dr. John Gray, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And Mars Venus has not just that really gender intelligent view, it has also a very holistic view when it comes to approaching the needs of the feminine and the needs of the masculine in a more internal, physiological, emotional, mental way. So I think we need to be very, very aware that as more we mature and be single, there is a need for adjusting ways of living with a new partner. We cannot just jump into something and hope it would just work out. There is almost like an extra requirement to be more specific. So I'm really here as a coach and as a visionary intuitive to help any person from any background at any stage in their evolution and relationship to really make these decisions very, very consciously and very thoughtfully, because you don't want to just have this idea of, I just want someone to feel good. No, you want to be really deliberate, because in the first 1 to 3 dates, the conversations that are really important to have will lead you to this wonderful realization that you might have had an idea, but what this person presents still offers an opportunity to adjust something you haven't even thought about that it's available to you. The third group I want to address are those which I call lovers in transit. So that will be the procedure in my little online readings. I will do these readings from now on, always around full moon and new moon, so at least twice a month. And if there's an awareness that something comes up and I want to take a set of cards or another, you know, vibrational item again to speak through, then I will do so. Certainly going out and using plant medicine has been a very, you know, profound way for me to do it 20 years ago when I was a body worker doing Jitsu and you know, vibrational healing. And I would give readings to my clients, not with any cards. I think I had one tarot set, which I touched very rarely. And nowadays, you know, oracle cards and tarot has become so mainstream and so popular for all of us to just use and read really well. Yeah, so let's look at the transits, should we? The transition people. So the masculine has the Two of Cups. So it's really this beautiful awareness to all masculines who are in transition, just maybe have left a relationship, are not really clear where to go, maybe a little bit desperate to really go into a space of, you know, renewal. The card is actually saying, go a little bit back to the time when you felt the love, because there still might be potential in the existing or old relationship you just left to regain strengths, to either learn something from it or to renew the energy, the love energy with your former partner. If that's not really suitable and where you want to go, then remember the good things of the relationship. I think it's really important not to just completely cut off and say, this is over. I don't want to even think about what this relationship could have been for me. This particular card for me speaks as a reminder that the love energy, the remembrance of the good times we had with others as lovers, is really within us. And when we go through breakthroughs and breakups and renewals, we need to really remember those times, because otherwise the healing and the transformation takes so much longer, and also the rebound decision, particularly the masculine makes in these times, could be quite insufficient. So I think being really honest and really looking back from the recent past into the present, and almost memorize, write it down, or sit down with a coach. I'm always available to have a one-off conversation and just even collecting the thoughts on this particular level. What has it really been that relationship gave me? What is this person, in my memory, really, what has this person embedded as real coding within me? Because as I speak in, intimate intelligence, we influence each other. There cannot not be a part in you that is completely influenced by that remembrance of a partner who once loved you very, very, very much and potentially still does. Let's look at the feminine and transition. It's the Justice card, and I think for the feminine, it's really much more about the inner balance. It's not just decision making. I almost feel like is take time to really see what really works and what doesn't work. I think the conscious renewal, the conscious reviewing of those areas in our lives where we often think they have nothing to do with love and, with relationships. When I take people into the deeper process of wanting to attract a new partner, I have what I call, the love donut, which is basically a ring with a hole in the middle with the missing love and intimacy. And there are 7 segments in this donut that speak very, very loudly. And, we talk about health, we talk about career, personal relationships, business relationships, finances, sexuality, and certainly spirituality. So these 7 areas really speak loudly to us, and you want to go back to balancing out internally what are the areas where I have been really, really good and where I still stand good to potentially renew myself and attract a new relationship, or where is actually where's the work to be done? Where do I need to go in really looking out for something that is, the work I need to invest. It's really maybe only 1 or 2 areas where what doesn't work needs adjustment. And when I say that the masculine is, almost asked to do this on a more emotional level, the feminine is asked to do it on a more living, practical level. And when these 2 energies come together, that the masculine actually emotionally draws out what's real and raw and true, and the feminine gets very, very practical and down to earth in the physical and living realm of things, particularly health and relationships with those that are integrated into the love picture. They can be children, parents, friends, community. It's really the task of the woman or the feminine to really be very, very grounded and hold these relationships very high and together. And sometimes for good relationships with others, like our children, it's actually a very wise decision not to go quickly into a new love relationship, because children equally and family members equally need a little bit of time to adjust. And we don't want to overwhelm the situation if it's not really, really, called for renewal now. If we have time, why would we not utilize this beautiful time to really heal ourselves? And I finish with Kuan Yin, this lovely oracle, and it's one card that will speak to all of us today, and it is the bamboo moon, and the number is the number 1. It's actually really the number 1 of this deck. We have Aries sun right now. It's the beginning of a new astrological year. We have Aries, April energy that is spring in the Northern Hemisphere. And we certainly can speak from very profound places to get back to what is really, really wanted and needed. I think these questions are so powerful. What do I want? What do I need? The wants really relate to the external world. The needs relate to the internal world. And when we have 100% clarity, what we really, really need and want in every area of our lives, particularly in love, then the attraction process is so much more healthier and vitally successful. It's saying, Bamboo Moon, did you know that there is no mistakes in the universe, and all events, circumstances, relationships, and situations are unfolding in perfection with the timing and intelligence of the divine plan? Any apparent delay is in your favor. If something is happening for you right now, then that is perfect too. Divine timing is perfection, and it is safe to trust this now. And I think this summarizes so beautifully every single little aspect we looked at in different groups. That, the overall energy was the Eight of Wands, bringing things quickly through, but also this Justice card here in the feminine for the divine feminine in being in transition, the lovers in transition. I feel it's really making time your greatest resource and really helping yourself to get 100% clear what is the real experiences you want to create, and create them yourself, because that is what we are here for, to create a life and a love life that is absolutely perfect and matching to our needs and wants. We can design it. So design has become a real new part of my work, not just in the unmanifested. I now transmute beautiful things into the manifested. I'm just launching next week a new brand with the name Intimacy in Design. So I will produce beautiful homeware and art pieces and collect all sorts of amazing products that help couples, singles, and honeymoon villa resort owners to transmute spaces into absolutely love sanctuaries from every level we possibly can and wish to experience. Okay, so I will share more about this very soon. Next week a video will come where I introduce intimacy in design. Meanwhile, have an amazing full moon week. I think it's so wonderful what appears in the sky. The moon was out last night, and the newness and the renewal is just so pivotal for all of us at the moment. So thank you so much, with all my love and blessings from beautiful Ubud in Bali, greeting you wherever you are in the world. Namaste. More details in the description box below if you want to get in touch with me for a reading, for a discovery session, or an extended session. Thank you so much.